Good evening. Hello. Good evening and welcome. I'm Chris. This is Gross Models, and this is an evening with the gang, or just me again. None of the gang are here yet. Whether they're running late, not going to turn up, or other things to do, we'll find out later. But at the moment, it's just me. So welcome. Hello. As ever, it's Thursday night, so it's an evening with. There is the group, which there's big group news. Well, not really big group news. The group has reached 100 people. Yay! Woo! So there's 100 people in the Gross group now. So there might be even more pictures to show from the coming weeks. It's been steadily increasing. So the next milestone is going to be 144 people because that's yeah. So when it gets to 144 people, we'll have another announcement about it. I say while it's me, I'll just do the normal preamble talky bit. If you do want to join the group, come along, join the group there. I'll put the text up for the group. Oh, if I go to the right page, I've got to be in the right page to do the group and put it down there, and then I can press that button. Yeah, so you can join the group. It's where you put the pictures, which is what I show later when I get round to it. In a short while, we'll be going through the past week's gathering of pictures there. Other than that, I have a Patreon page, which has an unlucky number of supporters at the moment. I've got 13 patrons, which is lovely. But 14 would be much nicer, because 13's a little bit, unlucky as things go. So if you do want to come along and join my Patreon group, my patronage, Patreon page, and patronise me, not like that, but, the link is there, as it is in the chat now, or should be, if I click the right button. I'm sure it is. It'll be there somewhere, but that's down there. As ever, my patrons, I shall give my shout out to my patrons, which is that button there, or it isn't. Yes, it is. There it is. Thank you so much for all of you. You're the ones that make it all possible for me to do things like the StreamYard subscription and have the website up and running, things like that. So thank you all so much. It means a lot to me that you're here to support me. As well as that, there is, as I say, the website. So have a look in there. I've got a button for that somewhere as well. There it is. I put stuff up, pictures, text and things and whatever. Go along, have a look, see what you like. There's all the links for all of my media empire is on there as well, from say Patreon, YouTube, Facebook, Discord, which nobody's ever in, but you can come and join it. I might pop in occasionally and say hello. That's there. My email is there if you want to contact me through the normal channels, is always available, but there's also the slightly more personal touch. Not that sort of personal touch, I don't do that sort of thing. But that's there if you want to come along and say hello. Other than that, I've got a new hoodie. I've gone orange for the reasons of the Warhammer. But you can get your own hoodies. I've got a merchandise store, which I'll put a link in there as well. Get it all out the way early while there's nobody else to talk to, and then I don't have to worry about it later. So yes, the merchandise store is available for all comers. Have a look and see. They ship internationally, so it's all available for everybody. Other than that, that's about it. Let's have a look through the chat and see who's here. As ever, obviously, Pascal was in first. He's probably there a long time before that message, but that's the first one that I can see. Dad's in, saying hi, Pascal, as well. I'm there as well. Look, I said hello. Yay. Eric's in. Lewis is in. Lewis is going on holiday tomorrow. He says he's stressed because he's going on holiday tomorrow. He should be happy because he's going on holiday. If going on holiday is making you stressed, then you're doing something wrong. But yeah. Oh, right. He's leaving at 2 a.m. because he's too tight paid to pay. So yeah, leaving at 2 a.m.'s a bit early, but you're used to doing lots of strange driving times, aren't you? Anyway, so that's not so bad. That's me. Steve's in. Evening. As he says, nice one getting to 100 in the group. Let's see if we can get it to 144. It'll get there. It might not get there today, but you'll get there eventually, I'm sure. Edward's in. Good evening. Robert's in as well. Hello, everybody. Clarky says good evening all, and hi, Dad. It's a special thing. Fox isn't here. Skullfish is here. Good evening and welcome. Swiggy Pig is also here. As is Shane Young. Me, Shane. Everyone's in. Single Seekers. Eek, was I unlucky 13th? Yep. I'm not superstitious. It's lovely. It's fine. Oh, I see. Swicking Pig gets his own mention because I put in all the. I think it's because I had to put Steve in, so it shifted down already. I'll have to see if I can play around with the text and get that to going. Chances here. Good evening. LD's in. Orange hoodie. Dave's in. You're not going to wear that at Telford running around slapping people in the face, shouting you've been tangoed. Like, no, I shouldn't think so. No. Scott's in. You got a job filling potholes for the council. No. Well, orange has become my official Warhamster colour due to painting things like the large orange dragon. I tend to do blacks and reds as my normal going out and in public dress code, but I thought I'd do the orange, so I've got an orange one made up. So if you see me in the orange, you'll be able to see it from 4 miles away through walls and things because it's very, very bright. I don't know how bright it's coming out, quite bright on the screen, but it's even brighter than that. Trust me. So I'm intending to be visible. So this isn't particularly for Telford. I might wear it to Telford. We'll worry about Telford next month. This time we've got the Warhammer World. That's it. It's called Warhammer World. Next Tuesday, or Tuesday coming, 22nd, soon, less than a week. I shall be going along to Warhammer World. A few other people are going to be making it as well, hopefully. Dad should be there. Who else is going to be there? Kevin. Cy Reynolds should be coming along, and Fox should be there as well. And I think other people were going to try and make it along. Originally, George was going to be there, but he couldn't make it. His work's changed and made him jet off out the country. But yeah, Dad's going to bring donuts, and Fox, yeah. What do you mean we can't miss you in that blooming thing? It's lovely. It's warm and cold. It's probably too warm. Might end up taking it off before too long. But if I missed the if bit. What's the if bit? I don't know what the if was about. I missed that. Dad says, "Woohoo, Warhammer World." Yeah, you need matching trousers now, says LD. That'd be a bit too much. Isn't the traditional thing to wear a lot bright orange and then camo trousers or something? That's what workmen do, isn't it? You wear the high-vis vest and a camo jacket or something. It's very strange. Steve couldn't get the day off work, sadly. Yeah, but you sound like you might be coming down with something that day. You got a bad cough and a case of the, as Fox would say, a bone in your leg. So you might have to be off ill that day. If you spot me, I probably won't have the hood up because is that too bright? You got to remember I've got bright lights on here as well, so it's not in normal lighting. It's not quite so bright. It's fairly bright, but not quite that bright. Yeah, okay, it's quite bright. I did order the brightest orange they had, so I messed up my hair now, putting my hood on. So yes. That's Tuesday. If you're about, it's in Nottingham. I did just find the postcode, but I can't find it again now. Google Warhammer World. It will tell you where it is. It's like NG7 2. Well, it's NG and then a number and then some other letters and numbers. But yeah, come along. They're open from 10 a.m. until 6. I want to say 6. I did just look at their website, but I can't remember. I'm planning on getting there about midday-ish because I'm not going to leave during traffic. I'll be let the traffic die. It's going to be a couple of hours drive for me to get there. So yeah, about midday-ish. I intend to go into the is it Buckman's Bar where they do burgers apparently. So I'll be having a burger before anything else. That'll be the most important thing. Get there, get a burger, and then see. So if you're there about midday and see someone bright orange in the bar, that'll be me. Come on, say hello. Hug a hoodie. What? You can hug anybody. Hugs are good, yeah. My eyes. Yeah, it's not that bright. No. Fuzzy Warriors in. Chris, a Warhamster onesie would be cool in orange. I did consider, instead of having the Gross Models branding, getting the Warhamster branding, but I think it might upset people at Warhammer World. So yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna. The first time there, I'm not gonna go in and upset everybody. Especially if Duncan might be about. He's gonna come down and get. No, that's probably a bad idea. There you go. Dave puts the postcode in. It's NG7, as I said, 2NR. Lewis might see if I can get away, but I doubt it. I'll ask the wife. Don't ask. Just. It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. No, everybody should get permission to go and all be happy, rather than trying to sneak away. I don't think that. LD got 6 pics to inspire my first proper sculpture. I don't know. Was that the pictures you put up in the group, or are we talking about other things now? Closes at 10 p.m. says that. Oh, so you can be there all day. I think it might only close at 10 p.m. later in the week. I think it said 6 p.m. every day, and Wednesdays to Saturday or something might be 10. So it might not be quite that late, but I'm not going to be there for hours and hours. I expect I'll be there for 2 or 3 hours, I should think, and then obviously another couple of hours drive back home. So yeah, I might aim for 4 hours, because then 2 hours driving, 4 hours there, 2 hours back. I don't like to have to travel somewhere and spend more time travelling than I am actually at the place. Doesn't sound quite right. Now, this stream is, as last week, going out to multiple places. It's going to the YouTube, as ever, as normal. That's my normal home. But my new home away from home is Facebook. On my Facebook page, which I haven't got a thing up. I haven't got a banner for, but it's Gross Models. You knew it was going to be. You always knew where it was going to be. It's going live on there as well. I'm just going to have a quick look over on my other screen to make sure it is where it should be. Yep, I'm moving around and looking at that from like 10 seconds ago. It seems to be slightly more live on Facebook than it is on YouTube as well, so but I don't know about that. Obviously, most of my viewers are going to be watching on YouTube, but if you are on Facebook, give me a shout, say hello, pop a like on there, because I get an idea that it's, I say, worth the bother of going live on Facebook. It doesn't take any extra effort. It's just an extra button press to set it up and say go there too. But it's nice to know that it's worthwhile. So if you are on Facebook, say hello. Give me a little shout, comment, whatever. Let me know that somebody's out there. I know people on YouTube are out there because I can see the chat from that. I can see the chat from both, apparently. I've yet to see very much from Facebook, so I don't know for sure. But if you're not watching on YouTube or Facebook, go to one of them. Don't restream me elsewhere. Go and have a look on Facebook or YouTube. It's both of them are whatever.com Gross Models. It's easy to find. Let's have a look. Lewis says, you haven't met my wife. Her forgiveness is kind of like getting blood out of a stone. Ah, okay, yeah. LD says, going to be part sculpture and part kit bash. Burnt out on kits, want to do something different. Well, you know who you want to talk to on that then. Go and have a word with Steve. He'll be able to point you in the right direction of kit bashing and scratch building and making stuff from nothing. It's going to start after this stream, okay? And we shall see pictures of it later. Fox is in the chat. He says, hey gang, late dinner this evening, so can't join. Still be in the chat though. You're more than welcome either way. Then everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Zadsta's in. Evening all. Evening Zadsta. Waving again. Oh my god, orange. Yep. It's the special official Warhamster colour because of Warhammer on Tuesday. That was that. Cool. We're a quarter of an hour in and I'm done now. And I've nobody else to talk to. With an extra X. Is that... Did I miss something? Where did the extra X come from? I didn't see anything there. Oh, there we go. He said, hi, Fox. Gotcha. Yes, Steve says, making something from nothing is very satisfying. True. Yeah, I have to make nothing from nothing. But, yeah, I know what you mean. So it says, I have to say, I like that colour in a hoodie. Thank you very much. Orange was never going to be a thing. My channel branding and everything was always red and black. Colours that go well together, and you can see in the up there the logo, obviously mainly red, black with some white, obviously. It just happened that way. It happened that way when I was doing the pointing over there. It's not there anymore. I've moved it. It's somewhere else. It's there actually. The Taurox. And a bit before that, the Dark Elder Raider. I needed a colour for the sails, and I was already thinking about the Taurox. So I've got some orange paints for the Taurox because I thought I'm not going to do boring, traditional blues, or because being a 40k thing, they're blue. That's just the colours they have. And I didn't want to do a more normal army, green or tan or that sort of thing. So I thought, what can I do that's going to be strange and bright? And orange came up. So I picked up orange and did that. And people said, that's really strange. And they're right. But it's also quite good. So orange sort of, when I came to do the dragon, I thought, I better do it orange. And one of the orc people that I built has gone orange. So orange has become the Warhamster colour of choice. So much so that even when Fox did the Warhamster there, painting for me, and he put text on the digital version, he did that in orange. I don't know if that was deliberate or if it just happened that way, or just submentally he was thinking it's going for Chris, it'll be orange. So yeah, but yeah, it's become the Warhamster colour. So I thought, going to Warhamster World, you got to go a bit orange and blend in, and not blend in, stand out, so people can find me. Telford, maybe this, maybe red. Well, I'll let you know what to look out for closer to the time, because Telford is next month. It's the 10th, so it's only like 3 or 4 weeks away. So that's coming up as well. That's my third and final live appearance of the year. But we'll talk about that closer to the time. Now, obviously, this week is the 17th. So next week is the 24th, and the week after is the 31st. So there is actually 2 more weeks. There's 5 Thursdays in this month. So next week isn't an evening with everyone. The week after is. So next week will be just me, or just me and the gang, or just me, one of them. But the week after is your chance to join in here as well. It'll be the evening with the gang. Basically, I put the link to join in the chat, and on the internet everywhere. You're free to come along and join me and give me someone to talk to. You can show off work live rather than having to do it in pictures, although the pictures do give a better visual representation. It's only when you take a picture of something that you find all the flaws and errors in it. It's true but sad. Right, so Fox is just saying hello to everybody. LD says orange is the new Starship filth. It sort of is, yeah. Everything is a deliberate accidental fluke I planned in advance, says Fox. Yeah, that sounds absolutely true, yes. Yes, so why not? Let's have a look at the gross group. Jamie Bones just come in. Hi everyone. Hi Jamie. You're just in time. I'm just going to share my screen. I'm going to share the gross group, which, as I say, has just reached, I was going to say 1,000, not 1,000, 100 people. There are 100 people in the gross group now, one of which is Steve, who's in the chat now. This is his, I don't remember the name of it, Cynical Asp, I think is the term that I'm thinking. I've arranged things so I can still see the chat, so by all means tell me that I'm wrong, but this is a sort of kit bashed from various different things, kits and models and scratch built bits here and there, and painted up. Apparently one of the few things that he's actually painted. Normally does puts it in primer and leaves it in primer, but this is one of the few things that he's actually managed to paint. So yeah, it's looking very good. The next one along is another view of the same thing, which yeah, it's a orange. You can't go wrong. Look, see. Yep, there we go. Lots of fun bits. I can't tell what any of the bits are. I know Fox was going through them last week, saying that he knows this is from this and this is from the other thing, and I don't know. I've got no idea at all. But it's lovely. It's the sort of thing my brain doesn't work in that. I could just finish there. My brain doesn't work in that way. I can't see 100 different bits and think, oh, that'll go next to that, and that'll fit on there, and that'll be a good kit. Well, apparently desert yellow is his colour, says Steve, but it looks orange to me. But then again, I can just see orange everywhere at the moment. What have we got here? It starts with a few, says Steve. I think this is just the paint collection of some. There's no orange there. That's a little bit lacking. Then a few more creep in, it says. Right, there we go. Yeah, we've got some Nuln Oil in there. Ooh, Pterodon Turquoise contrast paint. That's quite interesting. Yeah. I suppose it does look tidier, and I can still see the colours. Yeah, there you go. Oh, nice orange in there. Look, there you go. Yeah, it definitely looks better having them in boxes and things and display cabinets and stuff like that. Paul, who's never about, he's actually on holiday at the moment. Got some Game of Thrones bust action going on. Steve says it looks beige. Jamie only came in to say hi, his Wi-Fi connection is not very good. All right. Sorry to hear that, but at least you hear a little bit. Beyond Hope says, people with orange hair are called gingers. Push to the dark corner of the social spectrum. Chris, change your preferred colour before you're forced to join us in the shadows over here. Nothing wrong with the shadows. The shadows are the best place to lurk. One of those aqua colours was orange. Says Steve. Okay, I'll let you off then. And welcome Beyond Hope as well. I didn't saw you popped in there, but yeah. Yes, so Paul's been painting some things. Oh, look, there we go. Now it's dirtied up. Now it looks like a proper Destiny used universe sort of thing. Yeah. Very nice. That looks much more realistic. Not so fresh out the shipyards. It's just yeah. Now it's been flying around for got a few light years under its belt. And it's amazing the different lighting makes. I assume that's not much difference between the two of those. This is probably with flash, and that's under more natural lighting. It really does surprise me how much difference lighting makes when you're taking pictures of things. Dave is saying he's just had someone knocking on the door from the RNLI asking if I'd seen his jacket anywhere. Yeah, that's not, it's mine. It's got a name on it, look. AJ's in. Sorry I'm late. Have you got a note? You need a note if you come in this late. You're only 22 minutes late. You're okay. Right, let's have a look through. More pictures. Yeah, cool. Different angles. Yeah, I much prefer this sort of craft with it. Shiny and new doesn't work for me. So Star Trek can get away with some things being shiny and new, but other things being old and worn tend to work much better for me. A bit blurry, but still good. That's better. Yeah, I can't tell what any of these bits are. No idea at all. This is the quad jumpery thing, but again, I've got no idea what the bits are. These were throat sweets or some sort of vitamin tablet pots, or is that something different? I don't remember. But yeah, another one that's been painted. Look, he's getting on. Not only is he building and priming these things, he's actually painting them now. Steve's getting down with it. I like the sort of turquoisey blue as well. It's quite nice. Now, as you've been building these yourself, do they have a scale? Are they the same scale, or are they different scales? Is this a single person ship, or a big sort of generation ship type thing? Or Steve says yes, it's vitamins and a nerf site. Cool. Old and worn covers up the errors. It certainly does. Weathering hides a multiple of sins. Scott says, make sure Dad leaves some red for everyone else at Warhammer World. I don't think he needs any. I think he's got all the red already. I don't think he needs any more. Oh, that's the contrast colour, the turquoise. Cool. That's nice. Because everyone knows the contrast colours, you just have to slap them on, don't you?
Slap it on!
Yeah. They're very easy to use. Right, so yeah. Are these decals, or are they painted on, or that's definitely a decal. I can tell that much. Yeah, nice used. So look, 1:1 pillbox scale says LD. Yeah, but no. Oh, Steve says no scale per se, just whatever fits. Yeah, cool. That's all right. Yeah, that works. And they're vinyl letters. Thank you for the information. This is Lewis. Put up the Enterprise, not that Enterprise, the real one, not the other one. Yeah, these are interesting. What's the yellow bits? They look like taxis. I'm sure they're not taxis, but I can't tell from here. Is there a closer picture? I really should have a look through and check these pictures out before I put them live on the internet. So no, it's obviously a aircraft carrier with aircraft, but what are the yellow bits? You're still there. Oh, tugs. Thank you. Cool. Oh, the third pushing the planes around and getting them in nicely lined up orders and stuff. Cool. Now that's quite a big small scale, isn't it? That's like 350 or 500 or something. Scott says keep an eye on Dad. He might try and nick the tank out the front. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. Don't worry. Yeah. Don't be silly, Scott. It's a Scally. He'll have the wheels off it, off the tank. Yeah, probably right. Beyond Hope says, "Whoa, which Enterprise are you saying isn't real, Chris?" None of them. They're all real in their own way. And Lewis says it's 1/350, so it's close. Yeah, it's cool. That's like half the size of if it was in my scale. So it's quite impressive. Right, let's have a look. This is Dennis. This is LD. He did say what it was for, but I can't remember. And for some reason, half the text doesn't come up on these things. But was it from a board game or something? Or you'd have to tell me. You'd have to remind me, LD. I know you're still there because you said Steve should build a time machine. Go hook up with George Lucas just before he started Star Wars. Maybe he did. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's how he's here and doing stuff. I know, but born too late, me. Gundam figure, says LD. Yep, there you go. Yes, it's the little the pilot figure that goes with the Gundam. Very cool. That's obviously the back view. And there you go. Steve's back to his normal, just putting things in primer. Again, no idea what any of this bit is from anything. The legs could be off of like the eagle, but the rest of it, no idea. It might even be a proper kit one of these days. No, I'm not good enough to recognise parts like this is from a particular tank or a particular type of spaceship, or I've got no idea about any of that. This is Daryl, who does a lot of figure painting, obviously Wonder Woman. I'm always so in awe of the flesh tones of the skin that he does with these. Very impressive. Huge as well, they're massive. Yeah. She's got no hands though. But yeah, the colours are very vibrant. I like the red's very red. Steve says they're Dreadnought feet. Okay, I didn't have a clue. Yeah, so there's Wonder Woman. He finished the other one last, didn't he? This is Chronoman, Dan. He's doing the DeLorean part work. So this is some bits to go with the DeLorean. Obviously, you've got the hoverboard, Mattel hoverboard, and the Sony JVC, sorry, camcorder. Very nice. I assume they're extras. You haven't built them, or don't know if he's still here. Beyond Hope says Daryl does amazing work on his statue. He certainly does. Yes, yeah. I was very happy when he joined the group. Right, this is Dan's 1/44 scale Gundamery. I again recognised that one. because I've done that one. That's the Sazabi. That one with the primary blue is the granddaddy of them, the RX 70 something 2. 70, I want to say 72, but it's not. I think it's 71 or 78 or something, or 86, or I don't know. Fox will be shouting at me now through his dinner. But I don't recognise any of the others on there, purely because I don't know anything about them. Is that a Zaku? That might be a Zaku, or like Char's Zaku if it's in red. So I learn things. I recognise the spiky shoulder, because I built one of them as well. But other than that, this one's got no legs, so I don't know what's wrong with him. Oh, I went back. Yeah, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, around a dozen of them. It's quite cool. And they're all the same scale, although that one's huge, although it's flying as well, so yeah. All the others are much the same sort of size though, aren't they? So yeah, very interesting. I don't know any of them. I'm sure people are going to be shouting at me saying that that's this or that one. This is Edward. He's yeah. Why is his head in his groin? Something's not right there. I again don't know what these are. Are these? They're nicely orange, but I'll give you that. But I don't know anything else about them as to what universe they're for, if they're Warhammer or they look Warhammer-y, but that doesn't mean anything with these things. Again, people are going to be shouting at me because I don't know these things, but they're very nice. I like them. I like the detail and the wear and the chipping. Very good. Even the little diorama, little skull down there. That's cool. So this must be bigger than I thought it was going to be then, if that's a skull. So yeah, very nice. Wouldn't want to meet one of them in a dark alley. Very cool. Oh, what was that? I'll just get through one. Yeah, the detail on there is great. I'm assuming it's like a null and wash to get the dark recesses. But nice. Are these real stones or pebbles you glued onto the base, or are they, you know, part of the kit? Or if you're about, I can't remember if you're in or not tonight. Nice. He's even got an extra gun on top of his head just in case, because if the chainsaw on the big double-barreled thing isn't good enough. Right, this is mine. This is the dragon that I've been working on Sundays. Last Sunday I did the slightly darker sort of red areas around the damaged areas, and put a little bit of a black edge to it. Edward says, real then painted. Thank you very much. Yes, so this was the bringing out the damage time last Sunday. So yeah, it comes out better on picture than it does on the video anyway. So the dragon himself is pretty much finished now. There's obviously little touch-up bits to do here and there, but not a lot of them. But yeah, I need to work on the base, which I didn't take a picture of because it's not done yet. So Sunday I shall be progressing on. I did pop down to the Warhammer shop this evening. I'll show you what I got when I come back properly on camera instead of being on the little box in the corner. But yeah, that's the dragon going on. My other project that I'm doing is the foot 3 models. On this one I have done the base, obviously painted that in a mahogany, just to give it a wood sort of finish. I've done a little bit of sort of dry brushing and effects just to fade and make it not a uniform colour. So I've blended that in a little bit. And the foot itself isn't the normal plastic colour anymore. It's been primed in a ivory. I think it was a mecha colour ivory. Just to give it a slightly yellowy, sort of more bony colour. There is more painting and weathering to go on to the foot over the week. Mango Drango, says Edward. Yeah, Tango the Mango Drango. This is Robert Taylor. A tank. That's as much as I know about that. I don't know how. I'm assuming the turret still rotates on these, but it's sort of bolted in place. I'm assuming they just sort of free it up when they need to. I know nothing about armour and tanks and things, but it seems silly to bolt it in place when you can only shoot forwards. There must be more to it than that. I'm not sure, maybe the turret doesn't rotate on that one. It sort of looks built in. I don't know. Not too sure. Don't know. I mean, the turret obviously has some movement to the bit there, but we couldn't with that. But right, there we go. Oh, some information. The Elephant Tank Destroyer casemate was bolted in place, and the gun had a small traverse side to side, so you can only a little bit here and there. It's a travel lock, says Robert Taylor. Cool. So it just doesn't bounce around when they're riding up and down. Nice. Oh yeah, there you go. Fox says no, that tank had a fixed turret. D says Fox, you upset someone today. Another commission, same as the last one. Can I post you a kit for you to paint? No. Commissions I don't fancy getting involved in. Not that anyone's asked me, but no. Yeah, lots of nice detail and wear on there. I like that. Very nice, Robert. Yeah. Oh, big sledgehammer on the back, just in case. Never know when you might need a big hammer. And that's it. That's it for this week. Let me stop sharing. I shall come back into the room. Back in the room. What did I miss out on? Armiger, apparently. Warhammer Armiger Warglaives was the two little model things. And Fox obviously knew they were Warglaives. And said they were very nice. Shane Young says Edwards was very good, top notch. I've viewed bits of them since Steve. Of course you have. And very nice, Edward. Nice, Edward, says Dad. Great kit, only wish the legs were slightly more posable without the use of a saw. Oh, they just sort of fixed, yeah. That was talking about the stones. Edward said they were real, then painted. That's that. One of the reasons the Elephant failed on the Eastern Front, the Russians learned to get around the sides. They couldn't be shot at. Yeah, that sound like it might be a problem with a tank that can't turn around very quickly. Yeah, I'm talking about the potential commission from the LD. Yeah, doesn't sound like it was a large thing to miss out on. Yeah, don't worry too much about that. Right, there we go. We're only less than halfway through, and I've already finished. That's the problem with being on my own in the show. I was going to show you. We haven't finished, not even close. But I went to the Warhammer shop today. I didn't wear this. Yeah. I picked up. I had in my app of the paint colour thing, the Citadel paint app. There were 4 paints that were recommended to me to buy over the last couple of weeks on the show, on the Warhammer show on a Sunday at 8 PM. So I had them ticked off on the app as in the wish list. So I went into the Warhammer shop. Intentionally, I didn't just try and walk past. It's up the other end of town. I don't just walk past. Deliberately went there, went in. I said hello to the manager. Hello, Lee. If you're watching, you're not watching. And there's 4 paints that I need on the app. So I went there. The paints confuse me in Warhammer. They're all named and they seem to be in an almost random order. So I'll just read them out to the manager and he finds them and just says, that one, there you go. So I got the 4 paints. The 4 paints were Another technical, the Modern Earth. This is the one that apparently is going to be the better one for doing the crackling bit. And he taught me a way to do the crackling bit, which I shall repeat now, because then I can watch it back when I forget it later. And the other three paints that I needed were for doing the stone. My plan with the dragon is to do, obviously, the branch in some sort of wood, which I've got lots of browns. But, yeah, that's there. Then I've got the stone to do, which I need to do in stone colours. I didn't really have any greys and things like that. So I went in to pick up some of that and to do the base. Now the base I want to do in a sort of lavery, sort of black and red and charred and a nasty lavery thing. So I didn't have any greys, so I picked up 3 greys. And you're not going to tell me what the greys are from that, are you? No, you're not going to have a clue. They are that one, far enough away that it can be read. I can't read that either. Mechanicus Standard Grey, which is obviously grey. There's that one, which is Storm Vermin Fur, which is obviously the fur of storm vermins. And the final one is Skaven Bright Dinge, which is just another grey. So they're the greys that I shall be using for the stone. Now, for the earth, I did this test with the one that I already had, which I can't remember what it was now. I think I put it away. Yes, because I can't find it now. But yes, I did a test with that and wasn't overly impressed. It didn't come out quite crackly enough. So I went in and said, I think Fox and somebody else recommended the Modern Earth as a good one to use. So I was talking to the manager and he said, yes, that'll do it. But the way you want to do it, if you want like lavery thing, is to first paint underneath where you want it all to crack through in sort of reds and yellows and sort of swirly patterns, and then put down some PVA, like PVA glue, white glue, Elmer's glue. Let the paint dry, then put the PVA on, like a layer of PVA. Let that dry, and then slap on the technical crackly paint thing, and dry that with a hairdryer. Because the quicker it dries, the deeper and bigger the cracks get. So I've done some painting. I did paint this last week, the red. I've just slapped some yellow on it in not exactly lavery swirly patterns, but just a couple of different variations. So when that's properly dry, I shall put the PVA glue on there and then crackle it up and dry it with a hairdryer and see how that comes out. Obviously I can't do that on air too well with hairdryers and stuff. So what I shall do, I shall get some PVA on that after I finish tonight. I'll get a layer of PVA on there, give that a couple of days to dry down, and then Sunday during the day sometime probably I shall try and get some Modern Earth onto it, hairdryer it down, crackle it up and see how that looks. Let's have a look. Fox says lava, 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 dance music. Okay. Skaven Bright Dinge is worth getting for the name alone. Some of the names are quite impressive. So yeah. Fox says Skaven Bright Dinge is a great German grey colour. Okay. I'd say I don't do armour and stuff, so it doesn't mean anything to me. That would work quite handily, I reckon. Apparently it does. So yeah. And then Fox again says lava, lava. He's busy eating and just saying lava, lava, lava. Zazda says you learn something new every day. Yep, no day in which you learn something is a complete loss. It's always nice to experience new things. And obviously he's the manager of a Warhammer shop. He knows what he's doing when he comes to painting and stuff. He paints all the minis and gets paid for painting minis all day. PVA is both shiny and will expand and contract when heated, which will enhance the crackle effect by expanding and contracting the paint. Cool, that's probably why I suggested it. And obviously it dries transparent as well. So hopefully that will work. We'll find out. Now, apparently I have a notification in the corner of my screen there that says Streamlard has lost access to your Facebook account. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Click here to reconnect your destination. Now, last time I did that, it sort of went off air briefly for me and left Fox on his own. But as I'm the only one here, I'm not even going to click that button. But I've got a little window open in the corner over there, and I'm still streaming. So I don't know what that's talking about. What I am going to do is grab a quick picture of that, because, you know, then I can report back to StreamYard with photo evidence to say, look, this is what it's done. Before I went live, I did reconnect my destinations, which is what they call it. But if you're watching on Facebook, please give me a message, a like or whatever, because I haven't had anything on there today. Might not be working. I'm pretty sure it's working because I can see it, but I'm not going to type to myself on it because that's just wrong. Fox says, also, you can get PVO on your hands and peel it off later, like primary school. You can't peel off primary school. That's just wrong. No, you can't. This is like Copydex too. I don't know what that is. Is that like Tipex? I don't know. What's Copydex? I've heard of it, but I can't place it. I don't know what it is. So please let me know. But yes, if you're around on Facebook, if you can find it on my page, give a comment and like. It's got 1 like on it apparently, but I haven't had any comments come through on it yet. I'd like to know if it's working or not. So let me. I can see some comments on there of my own making. Let me put a comment on just to say see if it's working. I shall put in a test comment. One that says test comment. So we'll see if that comes back through on here or on there or anywhere at all ever. Well, it's come up on the Facebook saying that it's there as a test comment. But whether it actually comes through to here, we'll find out. It probably won't. I don't think it will. But no big loss. If you're watching on Facebook, then join the cool kids on YouTube and help Chris earn a living. Yes, this is also true. I don't get any money from people watching on Facebook, but for every million views I get a penny or something. YouTube, it's slightly monetized. That's the white glue that smells like fish. Don't think it really smells like fish. It smells of something, but it's not fish. Rubber based, I think. It certainly feels very rubbery. Not rubbery, right? Yeah. LD used Copydex as a masking solution. Again, I don't know what Copydex is. Is that? I hate rubber based fish. It's all of them, isn't it? They're all like octopus and eel and things. They're all rubber based. They have to be waterproof somehow. True, yeah. If you do have gaps in your fish, then they would let water in. So you do have to seal them up properly. I hate fish-based rubber, says LD. And Fox says, that seems legit. They have to be waterproof. Yeah, absolutely. Would rubber-based fish taste rubbery? Yes, almost certainly. Quite rubbery. Yes, I haven't got that comment that I put through on here. So it's probably not working. And indeed, my video on there seems to have frozen. Oh no, I think I clicked on it. I might have paused it. Right, yes. I can see the text over there. Gemma says it's working fine, and Dad says, hello, I'm here. But they're not coming through on here. So that's probably the connection thing that's not working. I shall report back to them and let them know that there are issues. And see if they can tie it down with anything. But thank you for your comments on there. And yeah, don't worry about staying there, because nothing's happening over there anyway. And even if you do put any more comments in there, I won't necessarily see them, because I'll be looking here, not over there. But thank you anyway. Obviously, if you're on YouTube, you can put comments in, because I see them. They seem to be coming through okay, but the Facebook comments seem to be lost in the ether somewhere. I got other messages coming through on other things, but it's nothing of any note on there. Copy deck smells like wet nappies. You'll never forget. What is it? What's it used for, or what's it meant to be used for? I don't know. I'm thinking like not blue tack. Tipex. But for some reason, Copydex makes me think Tipex, but I don't think it is. Tipex is like the white paint that you use to rub out mistakes on paper, but I don't think it's that. But yeah, let me know what Copydex actually is. Save me having to Google it. Osric's here. It's okay. I'm here now. You can get started. Where were you nearly an hour ago when I started? You missed out the most interesting bit. Probably the most interesting bit, because it might not get any more interesting. If you're, say, in the group, the gang, the Gross Gang, my private secret group, and want to come in and save me from talking to myself for another half hour, by all means, you've got the link. Come and join in. If you're one of my lovely patrons, you can also click the link. The links are in the patron chat thingy messages. Come along and join in. If not, then don't. That's fine. It's a glue that dries like rubber, says LD. So is it the same as like Elmer's glue and what we call PVA? That's it. Beyond Hope says it's an old style white glue, came in a pot with a brush the size of a small wool brush. Okay. Cynical Steve, I've used it as a fabric glue. So it's the same thing, is it? I don't know why I was thinking you could use it as Tipex. It probably wouldn't work. Fox says, why is it that when there's a cucumber in a meal, no matter what the meal was, you only taste cucumber when you burp? It's basically lumpy water. Yeah, overpowers everything. Yes, it's probably true. Just don't eat cucumber then. Replace the cucumber with some more meat, and then it will all be okay. Kevin says it was an early PVA. Oh, right, so they outgrown it. So yeah, that's that. Slightly stronger than PVA, which is probably why it stinks. Okay, because PVA is basically temporary, isn't it? Yeah. On Halloween, I used Copydex to zombie my face up. Cool. And that, if it's like, PVA glue, it must have been great fun peeling it off afterwards. You peel off half your face with it, it'll sort of stick and pull out. Yeah. Fox says cucumber is rubbish, basically long peat. Well, why did you eat it then? And cucumber, like I think cucumber's the one actual food that you expend more energy actually eating and digesting it than you gain through eating and digesting it. So if you only ever ate cucumber, you would die quite quickly of starvation. Although you could eat as much cucumber as you could shove in your face, you'd actually still be losing energy. So it's actually bad for you. I wouldn't eat cucumber because it's bad for you. It kills you. Cucumber is lettuce with water retention. No, they're different shapes, aren't they? Yeah. So while we're here, let's get people chatting. It's time and telly time. Time and telly time. Time for time and telly. What time is it where you are, and what have you been watching that we should all be watching on telly? Not necessarily telly. I'll also accept YouTube or streaming services, things like that. So yeah, what have you been watching, and what time is it where you are? As ever, I'll start it off. At the moment, it is 6 minutes to 9 in the evening. That's why it's dark out there. That's the outside world. It's dangerous out there. Don't go out there. And I'm still working my way through NCIS. I think I'm on season 8 at the moment, so I'm about halfway through. And then I've probably got to work my way through the other series of stuff, that Los Angeles and the other one, Miami. So yes, that's what I've been watching. What have you all been watching? And good evening, Snowman. I see you're here as well. You just popped in. Oh, that's a horror-y picture. Yeah, you don't need that. Time now. Well, it jumps because people are typing time and telly stuff in. Time now. Yep, it's exactly now. Telly Peaky Blinders. I've never got into that. I'm aware of it. But it's just never appealed to me as one to bother watching. It's the time is now for Steve as well. MacGyver remake. Is there a new remake? Did they not remake it like 10 years ago or something? I know it's not Richard Dean Anderson anymore. But did they not remake it like 10 years ago with someone else? Is that one? Or is there another new one now? Don't know. LD says it's now Batman Ninja. I'm going to need more than that as well. Is that a show about ninjas and Batman? Or is Batman becoming a ninja? I mean, he dresses in black already, but yeah, I need more than that. 5 to 9, watching undersea things and squishy octopuses. Yeah, Fox has found a YouTube channel that's basically like live streaming some deep sea submersible thing that they've just been floating around watching stuff and sea cucumbers and things. I haven't been watching them myself, but he seems to have lost 3 or 4 days watching that. Was there model talk involved? No model talk. We did that a little while ago. Lewis says it's now watching Build the Bismarck on YouTube and the Satnav. Wait a minute. Is that watching Build the Bismarck? I understand that on YouTube. Is it that you're watching it on YouTube and the Satnav, or that you're watching Build the Bismarck on YouTube and you're also watching the Satnav? Because what kind of Satnav's got a telly on it? Ingestion times. Stand by. Is that... Wait a minute. Indigestion or ingestion? You're ingesting something. What? I don't know. Is it food time now? Have you not been eating food up until now? And you've only just got food? I don't understand. Beyond Hope. Halfway through the final countdown on Amazon Video. USS Nimitz travels back to 1941 and Pearl Harbor. Seen it several times and never gets old. I've seen it a couple of times, but I can't really remember it. But yeah, it was some sort of nuclear testing thing that, yeah, I vaguely remember it, but not much. Oh, Beyond Hope also said, isn't the Monday night show the modelling show where we talk about food? Normally, yes, but last couple of Mondays we've actually been talking about models. It's been very strange. It's confused me. Don't know what day of the week it is when you start talking about models on a model making show. It's wrong. It makes you feel dirty. Yes, so that's that. As nobody seems to be joining me, which is fair. It's okay. I shall make the unilateral decision to invite anybody. It's not an evening with anyone, but it may as well be. I shall put the message in here for you to join now, if you want to. If you don't, then that's also fine. But the chat link is in there. If you click on that, it will bring you into the StreamYard backstage, where you'll be sort of greyed out on my little screen down there. Nobody will be able to see and hear you until I click the button to bring you into the live stream. So if you want to come in and join in, click on that, come and join in. Let's have a look. 1555 here, says Robert Taylor. Watching this and denubbing a Zaku. Cool. Zaku beads, Fox likes him. 5 to 9, Brian Cox on BBC 4. AJ's watching pleasure. Cool. Splash the Zero, says Phil Lewis. I'm not sure what that's in relation to. No, this is now, and it's not bad, just not good. Okay, again, I've lost track of chat and what we're talking about. So, 5 to 9, watching an orange man on the screen. Yeah, personally, I'm not that orange. I'm not exactly bronzed and tanned, but not terribly orange. And in fact, that comment was so good, he said it twice. Eric says 4 p.m. NCIS LA rookie. Cool. Yeah, LA I've seen a couple of seasons of, but they're up to like 8 or 10 of them now, aren't they? I think the original ones are like 17 or something. LD says, it's the anime about a Batman getting sent to the past in Japan. The Joker has took over Japan. cool. So he's actually Batman being a ninja. Nice. As this says, sat-nav with a telly sounds like a great idea, or a very, very bad idea. It could very easily go both ways, couldn't it? So yeah, if you're parked up, then it's lovely, it's fine. But yeah, people will be watching it while they're driving. So probably not a good idea. Phil Lewis says the time is now, your time, Chris. And what I thought was monkey business, but turned out to be Parliament. Yeah, Parliament is very embarrassing watching. It always, pretty much Parliament anywhere in the world, as far as I can gather, but certainly the UK Parliament, it embarrasses me when I see it on telly or video, because I've seen kids that are better behaved and make more sense and respect each other more. It just, yeah, we don't talk about politics here because it annoys me. Fox has learned much about sea pig sponges and moose octopus. It's not moose, it's musocop. I don't know. Moose octopus is. As long as you're learning things, that's the important thing. Yeah. Moose octopuses sound rad. Octomoose. Yeah. Scott's watching some guy on YouTube with a bright orange top on. Cool. I like bright orange tops. They work well. Shane says, 2055, Trafalgar Battle Surgeon on YouTube. Brilliant drama documentary. Cool. It's obviously about a battle surgeon at Trafalgar. I can figure this one out. On a more Monday-ish theme, says Asta, I'm just eating some Polish dark chocolate with cherry filling. Yeah, I could do chocolate with cherry filling. Cherry's not my favourite of fillings, but yeah, dark chocolate's always a good choice though. That's the link to join. It's only valid tonight, so if you're around, type it in, click it in, come and join me or not. But there you go. Lewis says, unfortunately, no sat-nav has no TV on, but I watch the sat-nav more and more, so it's like TV at the moment. Yeah, okay. As long as you're not driving and watching too closely, that's all right. Coxie explaining space-time is blowing his mind. AJ's cool. Steve says it's a MacGyver remake. Yeah. And Dave is watching the longest tango advert I've ever seen. You know when you've been tangoed. It's getting warm here actually, but yeah. No. I'll leave it on because I know what you'll expect. So yes, well that's the end of that. So any more business? What's everybody up to? If nobody's going to join in, then I'm not going to sit around here for another half hour on my own. I just put some telly on and sit and watch the telly, and you can watch me watching the telly. Or watch another episode of NCIS. No, I wouldn't do that to you. Probably. Yeah. So I've been playing some more computer games. I picked up Lone Echo on PC VR. Very, very good. Very immersive. You're a robot thing in 0G. So you don't walk anywhere. You sort of pull yourself around with your arms and you've got little thrusters things. But it's actually reaching out and grabbing hold of a surface, and then you can push yourself off in any direction and it'll actually make you go in that direction. So it feels very natural, but very strange. I'm getting into the story of it, and it's all very immersive. But as with any VR, you can't play it for a long period of time because, personally, I don't suffer from motion sickness while I'm driving or doing anything like that, but I can't read while I'm in the car. Obviously, when I'm driving, I wouldn't try anyway. But as a passenger, if I'm ever a passenger in a car, I can't read anything. Used to be able to, but can't now. And VR treats you much the same way. It's sort of the opposite of motion sickness. It's non-motion sickness, because your brain is telling you that you should be moving that way because it looks like you're moving that way and sounds like you're moving that way, and just doesn't feel like you're moving at all because you're not moving at all. So I can't play it for hours. I have to take breaks and come back, but I'll try and record some of that for the Team Inept channel at some point. I'll start it again and play through. Probably won't be doing any commentating throughout it because there's enough talking and stuff going on, but I'll see about recording some of that for the Team Inept channel. Let's see. Zasta says, it would be very quiet and devoid of pictures if I joined. Want me to post the link in the Boom Hut? What the joining link? You can do if you like. I mean, I've posted the link to join the watch the stream. So anybody that's bothered's probably already watching it. But I say, feel free if you want to spread it out. I'll be around for another 10 minutes, quarter of an hour if nobody else joins. But it'll be another half hour if anybody does, basically. But Phil would join, but I'm not particularly presentable today. Not a problem. So it was only a thought. I'll chuck it open to everybody. And my tummy is making rude noises. Yeah, we don't need that then. Yeah, you're welcome to not join. That's fine. Dave says I would join, but I'm off to bed in a minute. I have to get up at 4 a.m. for work. And yes, there are 2 4 o'clocks in the same day. No, there's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's the only one. You don't know. Phil says stationary sickness. Yeah, it sort of is. It's. I think it's called VR sickness. It's when your brain is telling you that you should be moving, whereas when you're reading in a car or whatever, then your brain's telling you shouldn't be moving because you're reading a story, but you get the movement which throws your equilibrium. It's exactly the same but the opposite. Right, Cynical Steve. Quick question for the gamers. Mrs. wants to get me a new console for Crimbo. Currently have a 360. Should I stay Xbox or go PlayStation? That's sort of a tough one and sort of an easy one. If you stay Xbox with the Xbox One or the One X, then most of your 360 games will be playable on the new system. So you can always move the other one to a different room or do something like that. And it is a great system. The online connectivity and the live bit just works better than the PlayStation. I do have both. I'm not particularly tied to one or the other. I use both and happily use both. But the Xbox does seem more stable. PlayStation seems to go down the PlayStation Live online PSN network thing. Isn't quite as stable as Xbox Live. Live very rarely goes down at all. Most people I know play on the Xbox as well, which again, if you've got a group of friends that are already on the Xbox, then you're more likely to stick with them. If it's just about playing with yourself, as it were, whichever takes your fancy. They've both got some decent exclusives. So, yeah, whichever you like. Fox says, excellent, because I got bored and posted it up anyway. Thank you. New PlayStation is due soon, isn't it? No, end of next year. Next Christmas, 2020. Holidays 2020, they say, which is about when the new Xbox will be coming out as well. So there'll be another. Well, mine's better than yours. Fox says the Xbox is better than PlayStation, but he's biased. Depends on your mates. Yep, absolutely. Lewis says he can vote for there being 2 4 o'clocks. That's wrong. Zedster says depends if you want to play a specific game. Absolutely. Paul de Tomasso's in. Evening. Ew. Fox also says about the back compatibility. And Robert's got the opposing voice. I have them all. Go PlayStation. There you go. Steve was leaning towards Xbox. Cool. Fox says also best misses ever. Osric, I've only ever had PlayStations. I still have all 4 basic versions. That's quite cool. Yeah. And it's Steve's birthday present as well. So yeah. Yep, there's some good games on all platforms. I mean, most games now are multi-platform anyway. The one thing I would recommend if you do go for Xbox, have a look at the Game Pass Ultimate, which is a subscription service, which, as with all of the consoles, you need to pay for the online gaming side of things. That's got it built in, and also the Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass, which let you play lots of games for nothing, or for the subscription fee of, I think it's about £10 a month. But that's for the live, as well as access to hundreds of games. So have a look, see if it catches your eye. Games are my job, says Robert. So it's his job, and he recommends PlayStation. Snowman comes down on Team Xbox though. Yeah, the one thing PlayStation has got that Xbox hasn't got is PSVR, which has got some amazing games in there as well, and experiences and things. It's the cheaper way of getting into VR rather than, a big PC and headset. So, yeah. Fox, being completely impartial, says get whichever Xbox One X console you prefer, such as the Xbox One X or perhaps the Xbox One X. Yeah, there's no partiality there at all. It's definitely open for anybody's thought as to which one Fox would prefer. Sounds like a plan. Choose Chris, says Steve. Good. Cool. Happy to be of service. It's not like we do anything other than, model making or anything here, but make sure you're following Team Inept. Like and subscribe and stuff. There will be more stuff coming on there eventually. It's just getting, time and schedules and getting everybody to meet up. Robert says, I still won't get rid of my Xbox. I just don't like how Microsoft operates. Yeah, most of these big companies are basically the same, aren't they? There's always going to be bad things that people don't like about them, but what can you do? You can't, you're not going to change anything. But, yeah. Right. So, it is 10 minutes past, 11 minutes past, in fact. Let me pour out some more drink. Just talking on me lonesome for the last, hour and a bit. It's sore. Right, Beyond Hope. Got to go. Got to call it a night. Got to go into town tomorrow to visit the Warhammer shop. Need all my strength to get in and out with just the paint. I did it. I went in with a list for 4 paints, maybe a paintbrush. I didn't even get the paintbrush. I just went in, got the 4 paints that I wanted, and came back out again. It's easy. But I am going to the big Warhammer World next week. Expect to get something there. I'm going to get something there. But what? I don't know. There's not anything that I've got my eye set on or anything. I need a new paintbrush. But, even if I just come home with a paintbrush from Warhammer World, it's entirely possible that will happen. I obviously won't be able to get any Mephisto Red because Dad's going to be there as well. So that'll all be gone. Steve says, I do most of my games on PC, but Monday night was my Xbox night. Yeah, on Monday night's sort of off the cards for me now with E-models, but Ray's in. Good evening, Ray. Welcome. Just in time for the wrapping up bit, really, but you can always rewind it and watch again. Yeah, I haven't really got a game night as such now. Quite often on a Tuesday night, if there's nothing else going on, I might be able to get down there for a couple of hours, but so this is obviously Thursday. Sunday there's a Warhamster, Monday's the E-models stream. So there's only, a couple of nights that it might happen. So might do something tomorrow. Maybe. I'll figure something out. Dad will have all of the red. Yeah. I don't need any more orange. I think there was an orange I didn't have. What was Fox was using an orange and I didn't have it. Was it Squig Orange or something? I can't remember. I might have to pick up a paint. A paint and a paintbrush. And I'll look at some kits, but I probably won't buy any kits. Steve says the only other free night was Thursday. I'm screwed. It's not my fault. I didn't... In that case, don't get an Xbox if you intend to come and play with me, because I'll be busy those nights. So, yeah. Right. It's a quarter past. I was dry brushing with Squig Orange, says Fox. Yeah, that was probably the one. I don't think I've got that one. I'll have a quick look while we're still here. While you're not rushing to go, I might as well have a look. Gemma's saying to Dad, let Chris get at least one red. I've got reds. I've got Mephisto Red over there. It's just that I haven't used it. I used it a bit on this one. I've used Mephisto Red on the dragon. He's okay. Inventory. I shall search for Squig Orange. I have Squig Orange. Apparently, it's in my list of Squig Orange, so I won't buy that. No, I'm not going to find it now. It's over there somewhere, but yeah. Steve says, there's always Sunday. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Maybe you could do Sunday afternoons. Nothing else happens on a Sunday afternoon. Not 3 o'clock or something. for a couple of hours. You could get some game time in then. That'd be fine. Dad says, okay, Joe, so I'm allowed to get a red. Can't go to Warhammer World with a list, whatever next. Are you not meant to have a list? Is that not the idea? I don't know. Probably using Snoop Loop Pink. I've got a pink, no. I thought it was an orange. I'll have the app with me, so I'll always know. If I go and say, I like that orange, oh, I've already got one. But we'll figure it out. So that's Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. Warhammer World, midday-ish onwards. Come and join. Come and say hello. Come and tell me what orange I need to get or something. Yeah. Fox is not even going to Warhammer World with a budget. Is that... Wait a minute. You don't mean that in the way that you've got no budget. You mean that you've got no budget. Yeah, I get you. Wasn't there a rust orange colour? There is. I've got one of them. Riser Rust or something. Something like that, yeah. But, yeah. So, that's Tuesday. But before then, it's Thursday today. So what we've got, Friday, Saturday. Sunday night. Sunday daytime, Fox will have his Warhammer show at 3 p.m. And then Sunday night, I'll have my Warhamster show at 8 p.m. For an hour and a half, that sort of time. I'll be starting on the base, because I think that Dragon's pretty much finished. Starting on the base of the Dragon, I'll be able to update you as to the PVA experience. I'll do that momentarily. Get some PVA on there. And then let that dry, and then go and borrow a hairdryer, because I don't have my own hairdryer. I have to borrow a hairdryer from females in the household. So I'll try that Sunday and see how it looks. That's Sunday. Monday, as ever, eModels, 9 p.m. for, again, another hour and a half of probably talking about food and 80s TV. Then Monday night, that's it. Tuesday, Warhammer. Come along, say hello. Find the orange jacket and say hello. That's Tuesday. Then Thursday, we're back here. Me and the gang. Hopefully some gang. You never know. Life's busy for people. They don't get the chance to come in and say hello. Some of them go to bed early and things. So, yeah. It might just be me for a bit. It might be me and visitors. We never know. We'll find out. So, that's that. And then onwards from there, basically. Apparently I'll have to ask Katie very nicely. Last time I needed a hairdryer, I did. She was alright. She let me borrow it. It was fine. Fox is going to have a small budget. A very small budget. Yes, so that's that. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if you've been watching on Facebook and not been able to comment. Nobody has. I've just looked again, and no, it's working, it's broadcasting, but the comments aren't coming through. I shall report back to StreamYard about that error and see what I have to say about that. But other than that, that's it. Thank you for watching. Good evening and good night. There's things to do. I've got to change the banners and stuff and things, and yeah. So thank you for joining me and letting me waffle on for, you know, an hour and 20 minutes. See you soon for more mayhem and ridicule and stuff. As I say, Thursday next is Warhamster for me, so it will actually be the other camera doing some painting and stuff. So it's not just looking at me painting. I probably won't be wearing the orange either. So you'll just see the hands dancing phalanges. So thank you for joining me. We'll see you again soon. I'll click the button to make the end show music appear, and I've got some more comments. Let's see what we've got there. That will learn you for watching on Facebook, says Fox. Gemma says time for tea, and Dad says get the kettle on. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. Good night. I'll press the button that says good night as well. Where's my good night button? I've got an ending button. There it is. I'll push that one. That one says thanks for watching. See you soon, and that won't send it to Facebook as well because the connection seems to be broken in that respect. But thank you all. See you soon, and good night. Have fun. Bye bye.